Hello and welcome to this video from Heybridge High School Maths Department. Today we're going to have a look at objective NP11.7, finding the original number when given a percentage of it. We're going to look at three different strategies for solving this type of problem. So this video is split up into three sections, and section 1 will look at non-calculator strategies for finding the original number when given a percentage of it. So question 1, 50% of a number is 24, find the original number. Our original number is always going to be 100%. We're always trying to get back to 100%. So we're going to be scaling up and scaling down. So we know that 50% is equal to 24. I want to get to 100%. I know that to get from 50 to 100, I'm going to multiply by 2. So I'm going to do the same thing to my 24. 24 times 2 is 48. So my original number is 48. So let's have a look at my next one. So 25% of a number is 8. Find the original number. So I know that I need to get to 100%. So let's start off with my 25%, and that's equal to 8. If I double 25%, so if I times it by 2, I'm going to get to 50%, and that will give me 16, because whatever I scale one side up by, I'm going to scale the other side up by that as well. And then if I double my 50%, and also double my 16, that will get me to 32. So my original number's 32. Now you can do the two steps, you can double it and double it again, or you could just multiply by 4 straight away, because 25% times 4 will give you 100%. So I've got my next one now. So 10% of a number is 9. And I've got to get to 100% because my original number is always 100%. So I'm going to multiply by 10 on both sides. So I will get 100% here, and that will be equal to 90. So my original number is 90. Question 4, 20% of a number is 15. Find the original number. So let's put my 20% as equal to 15. I know that 5 times 20 will get me to 100%. So if I multiply my 15 by 5, that will give me 75. So my original number there is 75. And then number 5, we've got 75% of a number is 18. Find the original number. Now I can't actually multiply 75% by an integer to get to 100%. So I'm actually going to divide first, because I know that I can divide 75% by 25 and I can divide 100 by 25. In fact, 25 is the highest common factor of 175. So I know that there are 3 25s in 75. So I'm going to divide both sides by 3. So 18 divided by 3 is 6. And then I can quite easily scale up to 100%. So if I multiply both sides by 4, I will get 100% on this side. And 6 times 4 is 24. So my original number is 18. So now we're going to look at what we do when we're given more than 100% of the number. So our original number will now be less than the percentage that we're given. And our original number is still 100%. Whenever you're asked for an original value, you're always trying to get back to that 100%. So I've got 200% of a number is 60. So nice and easy again, I've got to get back to 100%. So I'm going to divide by 2. Same on this side, divide by 2. So my original number is 30. So this time I've got 400% for question 2, and that's equal to 80. So we can either halve to get 200% and then halve again to get 100%. I'm just going to divide by 4 straight away to give me 100%. So I'm going to do 80 divided by 4, and that will give me 20. So my original number is 20. Now we've got 1000% of a number is equal to 150. So 1000 is 100 times 10. So I can divide both sides by 10. So that will give me 100% on this side and 15 on the right hand side. So my original number is 15. And then finally, 500% of a number is 200. So to get from 500 to 100, I'm going to divide by 5. So I'm going to divide the right hand side by 5 as well. So that's going to give me 100%. Now 200 divided by 5. So 20 divided by 5 would give me 4. 200's 10 times bigger. So 200 divided by 5 will give me 40. So my original number is 40. So these questions are slightly more difficult because we have to do 2 stages of working, very much like we did when we were given 75% of a number on the first slide. So I'm given that 40% of a number is 8. Now 40 is a multiple of 10, so I can find 10%. I'm going to do that by dividing both sides by 4, because 4 times 10 is 40. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. So 10% of my number is 2. And now I can scale that up to 100% by multiplying both sides by 10, because 10 multiplied by 10 gives us 100. So 100% is equal to 2 times 10, which is 20. Question 2. 15% of a number is 9. Find the original number. I haven't got a multiple of 10 here, but I have got a multiple of 5. So I'm going to find 5%. So 15% is equal to 9. I want to get to 5%. 15 divided by 3 will give me 5. And then let's do the same on the right hand side. Divide by 3. So 5% is 3. Now I know that 5 multiplied by 20 will give me 100. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 20, and that will give me 100% equals 3 times 20, which is 60. So question 3, we've got 120% of a number is 60. Find the original number. So again, I've got a multiple of 10 as my percentage. So 120% is 60. Let's divide both sides by 12, and that will give us 10% of our number. So 10% is equal to 60 divided by 12, which is 5. Now I'm going to scale up to 100%, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 10. So 10% times 10 will give us 100%, and 5 times 10 will give us 50. So our original number is 50. Now 250% of a number is 150. find the original number. Now this is a multiple of 50. So to get from 250 to 50%, I'm going to divide by 5. You could go to 10% because it is also a multiple of 10, but that's not going to be quite so easy in a non-calculator paper. So if it's a non-calculator question, try and look for a common factor, a high common factor between your percentage and the number that represents that percentage, and then that should help make the maths a little easier for you. So I'm going to do 250% divided by 5, that's going to give me 50%, and 150 divided by 5 will give me 30. Now I know that to go from 50% to 100%, I'm going to multiply by 2. "30 times 2 is 60, so my original number is 60. Section 2 looks at finding the original number when given a percentage of it, and we'll be looking at the unitary method, and we'll be using a calculator for these questions. So 63% of a number is 441. Find the original number. Now I'm using the unitary method, which means that I'm going to begin by finding 1%. So I'm going to start off by saying that 63% is equal to 441. I want to find 1%, so I'm going to divide both sides by 63. That's going to give me 1% on the left-hand side, and 441 divided by 63, which will give me 7 on the right-hand side. Now I need to scale up to 100%. So I'm going to multiply by 100 on this side to give me 100%. And I'm also going to multiply by 100 on the right-hand side, and that will give me 700. So 100% is equal to 700. So our original number is 700. Now question 2, 17% of a number is 391. Find the original number. So let's do exactly the same. 17% is equal to 391. Going to divide both sides by 17. That's going to give me 1% is equal to 23. Now I'm going to multiply both sides by 100. So I'll get 100% on the left-hand side, and that will be equal to 23 times 100, which is 2,300. So my original number is 2,300. So your basic rule for this is if you're given a percentage of a number and the amount that it's equal to, you divide by the percentage to find 1% and then multiply by 100, and that will give you the original number. So now let's have a look at a couple of examples where our given percentage is greater than 100%. So our first question, we're given that 164% is equal to 5,084. Going to do exactly what we did on the previous slide. We're going to find 1% first. So we're going to divide by 164 on both sides. That's going to give us 1% is equal to 31. And then we just need to scale this up. So again, multiply by 100 on both sides. And that will give us 100% is equal to 3,100. And number 2, 237% of a number is 3,318. Find the original number. So let's divide both sides by 237. That's going to give us 1% is equal to 14. And then we can scale up again. So we can multiply both sides by 100. And that will give us 100% is equal to 1,400. So now let's have a look at a few that involve decimals. Don't panic when you see decimals, they work exactly the same. As long as you know the rule, find 1% and then scale up to find 100%, you'll be absolutely fine. So we're going to start off with 7.5% of a number is equal to 112.5. Then I need to find 1%, so I'm going to divide both sides by 7.5. That's going to give me 1% is equal to 15. And then I'm just going to multiply by 100. And that will give me 100%, so my original number is equal to 1,500. So question 2, I've got 111.5% of a number is 2,341.5. Going to divide both sides by my percentage, so by 111.5. That's going to give me 1% is equal to 21. And I'm going to multiply both sides by 100. And that's going to give me 100% on the left-hand side and 2,100 on the right-hand side. And finally, I've got 0.8% of a number is 4.8. Find the original number. So again, exactly the same method. 0.8% is equal to 4.8. I'm going to divide by my percentage. So I'm going to divide both sides by 0.8. That's going to give me 1% is equal to 6. And then I'm going to multiply both sides by 100. And that will give me my original number, 100% is equal to 600. So earlier on in Unit NP11, you should have had a look at using multipliers to find percentages and to increase and decrease by a given percentage. Now we're going to look at using multipliers to find the original number when we're given a percentage of it. So question 1, 83% of a number is 464.8. Find the original number. So just like we do whenever we use multipliers, we're going to turn our percentage into our decimal multiplier. So 83%, I'm going to write that as a decimal, which will be 83 divided by 100, which is 0.83. Now, normally it's a multiplier, so I would multiply. In this case, I'm not going to multiply, I'm going to divide. So 100% of my amount, my original number, will be 464.8 divided by 0.83. And that will give me 560. So my original number is 560. Question 2. 27% of a number is 36.72. Find the original number. So let's express our percentage as a decimal again. So we're going to divide by 100. So that's going to give us 0.27. Now we need to find 100%. So that's going to be 36.72 divided by 0.27, and that will give me 136. Okay, so the basic rule for this, convert your percentage to a decimal multiplier and then divide the amount that you're given by the decimal multiplier. So question 1, 141% of a number is 3,102. Find the original number. So let's convert 141% into a decimal multiplier. That will give me 1.41. And then I want to find my original amount. So I'm going to take my 3,102. I'm going to divide that by 1.41. And that will give me 2,200. So my original number is 2,200. And again, 318% as a decimal will be 318 divided by 100, which will give me 3.18. So to find my original number, I'm going to do 1,844.4, and I'm going to divide that by 3.18, and that will give me 580. So my original number is 580. So question 1, 4.5% of a number is 49.5. So let's turn our 4.5% into a decimal multiplier again. So we're going to divide 4.5 by 100. Remember that when we divide by 100, all of the digits in the number that we're dividing will move 2 places to the right. So I'm going to end up with 0.045. So to find my original number, my 100%, I'm going to do 49.5 divided by 0.045, and that will give me 1,100. So my original number is 1,100. So question 2, 160.2% of a number is 801. So let's turn our 160.2% into a decimal. So divide that by 100, and that's going to give us 1.602. And then to find our original number, we're going to do 801 divided by 1.602, and that will give us 500. Okay, and our final question. So we've got 0.3% of a number is 9. Find the original number. So I'm going to turn 0.3% into a decimal. That's going to give me 0.003. And then to find my original number, I'm going to do 9 divided by 0.003, and that will give me 3,000. So my original number is 3,000. So there you have it, 3 different methods for finding the original number when you're given a percentage of it. Thank you for watching.